Hello, wonderful people of YouTube. My name is Scott, and I'd like to officially welcome you to the first episode of Scott Fix. Now, basically, I am a complete and utter noob when it comes to fixing electronics and things like that, but I've been watching loads of videos on YouTube lately, and I've become inspired, you might say, to take up this hobby for myself. I've had a little bit of a dabbling in the past, maybe fixing one or two Game Boys, but nothing really serious at all. But I thought, do you know what? Let's just give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? So just to pre-warn you, I am not an expert in any way, shape or form. I have no real knowledge of anything, and I'm just going to give it a go and just see what happens. So with that in mind, I went and purchased myself a Game Boy Color, which is absolutely fantastic, you would agree, apart from the fact that we're missing a big chunk off the top. Now I knew this obviously when I bought it. It said that there was some damage to the actual shell itself, but the listing did state that it was still in working order. So I guess the first thing we really want to do is stick some batteries in there and just prove the fact that it is actually working. And I do actually have a game as well, copy of Alleyway. Do you remember Alleyway? I love this game. So stick that in there, switch her on. We see, okay, yeah, Game Boy, we've got sound. Buttons appear to be working okay at the moment, which is good. Okay, happy days. So basically, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be replacing this shell, which is a nice, simple thing to do, I know, for a lot of people, but just in case no one's ever seen it before, we're going to give it a go. So basically what I'm going to need for this is a tri-ring screwdriver, which is one of these. I went and purchased myself a little screwdriver set. How impressive. And there should be 6 screws on the back. Obviously we're missing one here, but that's probably because of the fact it's broken. So let's remove our screws. Screws actually didn't come off with the tip of the screwdriver, even though it's supposed to be magnetized. There you go. So here we go, broken shell on the back plate. Now having a little look inside. Now we already know it's working, but just to have a little look at the actual board itself, it all looks to be in relatively good condition. Oh, it is very loose though. Oh, there's no screws. There should be some screws, I believe, in these slots here holding it down, but there isn't. So what we're going to do is going to ping off our ribbon at the back here. I'm going to use my tweezers for this. Let's just pop that out gently. Okay, and voila, there we have our circuit board removed. Fantastic, and then we've got our buttons. So we're not going to be needing these ones anymore now because the case I have bought has a replacement set of buttons. Let's just pop all these out. Well, did you see that? A little bit of plastic just dropped off. That's probably why one of them screws was missing. There's all our buttons. Right, now to remove the actual screen itself, if I remember correctly, you're supposed to give the case a little bit of a twist. So you sort of twist it slightly to the side, like so. That one, you can hear it moving a little bit. We've got a little bit of movement there, but not. Don't want to twist too hard. Even though this case is broken, I'm not going to be using it, but still, I want to try and apply the right kind of pressure, because if I was to be reusing this case, the last thing I want to be doing is breaking it. Just like that! Damn! What a noob! Okay, so we have broken that there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try some of my little prying tools that came with my screwdriver set. Probably should have done that in the first place. Alright, so let's get one of these bad boys. Let's see. Is there anywhere we can get some leverage? Aha, here we go. The corner that we just broken. Oh, there we go. We pop that side off there. Let's see if we can just get back underneath. Oh, this is going well so far, isn't it? There we go. We've got that one under there. Like I said to you guys, I am completely new at this, and the idea is just to give it a go. And hopefully, one day in my not so distant future, I'll be there fixing things like Nintendo Switches and Xbox Ones and PS5s. He says. Anyway, we've taken that out. Screen, lovely. And this one, obviously now, is for the junk pile. So what I'm going to be replacing it with, probably should have showed you this at the beginning, is this lovely clear Super Mario Game Boy Color case, which I thought was really nice. Let's just get it out of the package. La 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 la. Okay, so we have our nice new screen. It has a screen protector on it because, as I say, it looks like it's slightly scuffed. We have a new sticker as well, fantastic. All our buttons and pads. There we go. Excellente. What's this? Is this like a plastic film? Do we take that off? That's supposed to be on there? I'm guessing it's not supposed to be on there, it's just there for protection. And again, it is kind of screwed on. Okay, I'm going to unscrew that and take that film off and then re-screw that back on. That's probably the first point of call. And that looks to be a Phillips head. So let's change the head on my screwdriver. Okay, so we have that plate back on. Yes! Now we're moving. We're cooking and grooving. So I guess what we want to do is start over here with the front, and we want to be putting on our buttons. So let's get these old screws out of the way so we don't get them mixed up with what we're currently using. Put it the right way. You see there's a little cut out there for that little bit. And we have our A and B buttons, and again they're cut out in a way that they only fit in a certain direction. 8B, start and select, is a rubber pad. Okay, so start and select goes into there, like so. And then we need our pad to go on the back. Not sure if you can hear that, but that sound in the background is one of my sons playing Fortnite in the other room and getting very wound up. There we go. Okay, so those pads are all on. Fantastic. Next thing now is to seat in our screen. like so. That sits in there nicely. All going well so far. Famous last words. So now we're going to place it in our speaker and our motherboard. As we do, let's just get that ribbon out of the way. There we go. Okay, it's not quite sitting flush at the moment. So I need to figure out why. There we go, that seems to have done it. So let's just make sure our buttons are all making contact. Our speaker's sitting in there nicely. Okay, so we should now have a few Phillips head screws. So we've got a tri-wing there, and we have a couple of Phillips heads, which should be used to hold the motherboard in place. One there. And it's our third one, yeah, our third one. Just in case you don't know, they normally put these little circles around the holes on the motherboards, and that determines that a screw needs to be put in there. Little fun fact for you there. Okay, so the motherboard is now secured into the Game Boy. It's good, all the buttons are all nice. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reattach the ribbon cable. So we just make sure that the two sides are popped up. And to do that, we just slightly bend it back and slot it in. There we go, and that's now seated in. And with our tweezers, we'll just push these little tabs down. One there, one there. So our screen is now connected. Now the next part is to attach the back. Oh no, sorry, forgot. We need to put on our little plastic cap thing there. I believe that's the right way around. I don't think, yeah, it's. And the next thing is to put on our on-off button. So this way is, you see where you have the little loop here that goes at the bottom. We want to line that up with our switch. So when we switch the switch on, when we switch our switch on, there we go, it makes contact. Perfect. Okay, let's take off our battery cover, and we're going to place there we go, nicely clipped together. Just make sure that all sits true all the way around. Should pretty much does, yeah. Okay, so we're going to switch our screwdriver now back to our tri-wing part. Okay, very nice indeed. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to do a quick test before I finish off with the screen, just to make sure it is still working. Ding. Lovely. How cool is that case? So nice. I didn't put a game in yet, cool. And that button does feel a little bit stiff. Just work it a few times. Yeah, I think it's just quite new and it's quite tight. It just feels a little bit on the stiff side. Maybe I'll just slightly ease up on that screw there and there. Oh, wrong side, douchebag. Let's just do that there. 1, 2, does it? Yeah, it feels a little bit loose, yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool, excellent. So now we're going to place our Game Boy sticker, which literally goes on this bit here, just above the batteries. Ooh, metallic, shiny. Okay, let's try and do this now without making a mess. Okay, slightly off center, and there's a little bit of an air pocket in there. My perfectionist eye does not like that, but it's okay, it's fine. And then lastly, let's put our screen protector on. Now let's just make sure, I'm quite sure I can't see a single thing on that screen at all. There's no fingerprints on it, there's no blemishes. So I don't feel the need to give that a wipe at all. That looks fine. Got the first little part. There we go. And there she be. Finished Game Boy. I think that looks absolutely lovely. Obviously, then we have our little bit at the back. But yeah, what do you guys think? As I say, it's really simple to do. I hope you found that interesting. It was something that you thought you could follow along with. I'm sorry if it was a bit boring. But yeah, there you go. There's our little finished Game Boy. I'm going to be selling this on eBay now that it's completed. I'll do some thorough testing on it just to make sure. So yeah, there'll be a link in the description down below if you're interested. And yeah, cool. Come and check me out on my next video, and hopefully I'll have something next time that will actually require some fixing, and then we can progress from there and move up to bigger and better things. So take care, guys. Thank you very much. See you soon. Hello, YouTube, and welcome. Hello, YouTube. Jazz hands. So just to give you a little bit of history. No, it's not history, is it? Because history was in... Nah.